I'm assuming everyone here is a Haitian who blogs. Culturally, we may not be aware of how important networking is, right? Because a lot of us grew up with not looking our parents in the eye, not looking adults gamun in the eye. So if you don't do that, that transitions to when you are in a corporate setting or you are in a place where, you have to look people straight in the eye. And sometimes you don't realize that you don't look people in the eye. And it just requires you to have a little bit of self-awareness about what you're doing. So it's very important as Haitians that may not have been taught the importance of networking. We can't just al travail, vin la caille, al dormir. Like that's not it. Exactly. Your network equal your net worth. So a lot of times we may not realize that we picked up on some of these habits that our parents had, right? Because our parents, depending on how Americanized or how assimilated they are, they can't communicate with the HR representative. They don't know how to talk to their boss. They see their boss and they're scared, right? So for us, we picked up on that and we just thought they're just trying to get their job done. And we may thought they were doing like the best that they could. So my thing is that you need to network, and it can either be a formal networking, like you're going to an event, you're going to a gala, you're going to, Jasmine, you're going to see my eyes, right? Because I'm Dizzard too. Like I couldn't understand why you would tell me I can't look you in the eye. Like that doesn't make any sense. But if you don't break that habit, when you go to work and you're talking to your boss and you don't look him in the eye, he's going to think, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? What is your issue? So it is important that you break that habit that you may have learned culturally. So you do want to look people in the eye when you're talking to them. You go to these different networking events. So if it's a more formal event, so it's a gala, it's a panel that your job is having, things like that, you want to make sure that you're prepared. You want to go to these things. It's just you can't just go to work and go home. How are you going to meet these people that can help you? How are you going to meet these people that can teach you something? And that's an important thing about networking that I don't think people think about, is that networking allows you to learn. You learn what's going on in your industry, right? If you only go to work and come home, you don't know what the people who influence your industry are doing. Yes, you need to start living. So get out of your bubble. Get out of your bubble and go to these networking events. Your job, and that's the more formal ones. Like it's a panel, it's a gala, it's a talk that is happening, a town hall. You want to make sure you go to these things and you find out what's going on. What are people talking about? Why are people so interested in this thing? Because the more prepared you are, it looks better on you. Because if everyone in your industry knows that, there's a new social media website and you don't know because you don't go out, you don't hang out with them, you don't go to the events, they're like, what happened with you? And then that's when people start to question your intelligence, right? Because they're like, how come you don't know this is happening? So that's the thing. You want to be mindful of the perception that you give off. So it's very important that you go out and you network. Now that's the formal ones. Like if you're in public relations, there's PR Newswire, there's PR Newser, there's so many things that happen. Right. So I'll take some questions later about that too. Like if you're naturally antisocial, networking is hard for you because I don't know why I need to do this. And me, I'm the opposite. You can't I just like getting to know people. I like being outside. Like it's my I would do it, but for someone, and that's why I do the work that I'm doing now, a little bit more of talking to people about networking. It's because I realize it doesn't come natural to a lot of people. Like I can see you, I can say, oh, that's a really nice jacket you have on. Where did you get it from? And people are like, oh my God. Like I have a friend, she takes me when she needs to go networking and she's in human resources. So she'll take me to her human resources event and like, Sandra, you're my buffer because you'll go up and talk to people and it'll help me. And so that's another thing too. Take someone with you that's maybe the more outgoing person and have them be your buffer. Of course, pick and choose wisely. So one, you want to find formal events in your industry to go to. Yes, networking is very powerful because it's twofold. It's Who do you know and who knows you, right? So if people know you, they're like, oh, I know Sandra, she does digital marketing and social media. I can hook you up with her. You can ask her a question. And then if I know someone, I can say, I know someone who does that. Or I read this really great article. You might enjoy it. So you have to be a resource for each other. It's reciprocal. So that's the formal networking, right? So you have to go to these things. You have to go to conferences. You have to find out what in your industry is happening, and you need to go there. You need to get out your bubble, get out of your comfort zone, and network. So number one, let me put it in here. Number one, formal networking. Do it. And you want to give yourself a goal, right? So when you go to these networking events, you're going to say to yourself, "Ma pale a trois moun," and that's it. Because if you're antisocial, if you tell yourself, I'm going to talk to 12 people, it's overwhelming. If it's 100 people, it's overwhelming. But just say, I'm going to go in here, I'm going to talk to 3 people, right? Because there's 6 degrees of separation. So if you at least meet 3 people you don't know, you're doing a little something, right? So go out to these networking events, meet 3 people, get their business cards, be prepared. LinkedIn is a really good resource to find out who these people are. So be prepared when you go. Look these people up on LinkedIn, do a Google search, find them on Instagram, see what they, yes, do 3, right? Do 3. If it's 2, 12 is a lot. That's excessive. That's me. Like 12 people, I could talk to 12 people in 30 minutes. It is what it is. But for you, those of you who are a little bit apprehensive to networking, because if you're naturally antisocial, it's going to make you uncomfortable. So just go, give yourself a goal. I'm going to meet 3 people. I'm going to meet 5 people. I'm going to go to 2 networking events a month. Networking in college. Networking in college is prime. This is the time to do it. Okay? I wish I did more networking in college because I had more freedom. I had more time. I did have bills, but I just had more time to do it. Yes, exactly. 3 people can take you a long way, especially if you do your research, right? Because there's another type of networking too. You can network laterally. So you're networking with people who are in your same type of position. So I'm a digital marketer. I network with other digital marketers. I network with public relations professionals. So we help each other. We help this thing go, right? And then you network up. So that's your CEOs, your CFOs, your diversity and inclusion people, the managing partner of this, right? So those are the 2 types of networking that you need to be doing. You network laterally. You network with your peers, right? Hey girl, what you doing? Oh, do you know this new thing that does that? Really? And then so next time when you find out something new, you tell her and it becomes reciprocal, right? Because you don't always have to be friends. Networking is not necessarily about making friends. It's about being resources for each other so that we can all help each other grow. Now, networking in college is the same thing. This is a vast pool of people, and now you're even more outside of your bubble. So you need to talk to your teachers. Your teachers have lives outside of just teaching you. Yes, meet 3 people. Listen, give 2 networking events, meet 3 people at each. That's 6 people a month. Boom. Easy breezy. But networking in college, you have a prime opportunity, and it's a less intimidating space, right? Because college is less intimidating. Because you go to your professor and you ask your professor, hey, I'm interested in this. Can you help me out? I want to learn more about the industry. So you definitely want to network in college. Network with your professors. Network with the administrative staff. So who works in your student union building? Who works in your alumni office? You need to know these people. They may be able to help you to get a job. They may be able to help you with your resume. They may be able to help you get more real life information and advice. Because as Haitians, a lot of things that are happening in corporate America, and especially the onset of us who are doing more creative work, there is no blueprint for us. But there is a blueprint for other people who have this in their family, right? So if we don't help each other, if we don't go out into the world, gather some information and bring it back, we're going to be stagnant. So you need to, if you're in college, Join some clubs and organizations. While you're doing it, yes, network laterally and network up. There you go. That's number 2. Let's put it in there. Network up and network laterally. That's number 2. So for my college age people and those who are in college or even grad school, network with your professors. Hey, professor, can I go to your office hours? Tell me a little bit about this. Tell me a little bit about that. Talk to them. Your administrative staff. Who runs your college? The financial aid office? Where do you need to go to find out what is going on in your college? Who does the social media for your college? Who's the human resources rep? Who gets people hired and fired? Is public safety so think to yourself about the job that you want or the thing that you want to do, and then find the people at your college that does it. And of course, you might want to join a Greek letter organization if that's your thing. You want to join a professional organization. And even those not in college as well, you can join a Greek letter organization even though you're not in college. Well, the Black ones, you can. That's another avenue to network with people and learn more. You want to be, hello, more people are coming. So you want to do that. Networking in college is very important. And the more you network there, it'll help you in the long run. So that way, by the time you leave college, you'll have a pool of people that you can say, thank you for your help while I was in college. I'm off to do this. And then periodically, you do want to keep up with them, let them know what's going on in your life. Hello, Lori. So that's for the college folks. Now, so we're going to try number 1. We're going to do some more formal networking. We're going to give ourselves a goal. I'm going to meet 3 people a month. I'm going to meet 6 people a month. I'm going to do what I need to do. Also, make sure you do have some business cards. You can either go the traditional route and do your paper business cards. I think moo.com, Vista are good resources for places to get your business cards. You can also go the digital route. You can use things that you can just make a digital business card and you can scan your information to people. Now, the third thing is the informal networking. So you can be out and about and you just kind of want to make yourself available to meet new people because you never know where you might meet people. And this is where the cultural thing of being Haitian comes in. We don't want people to talk to us. Like if I'm in the street, you want to go. Like you want a mission. You just doing what you need to do. And sometimes that prevents us from meeting people that we could be meeting, that could be opening a door, changing us in a new direction, doing what we need to do. So the unofficial networkings are like the happy hours events that you go to and you just meet someone and you just start chatting it up. Oh, how are you? Where are you from? So you want to open up yourself to that. You're going to the supermarket in a new area, chatting with the cashier, chatting with different people. You're at the hairdresser. You're talking to the hairdresser. You're just opening yourself up to different people that you might not see on a different basis. So that informal networking is good. Like if you go to your job every day, but you never talk to the receptionist, talk to her. She probably knows, he or she might know everything that's going on in your company. So open up yourself to that. Open up yourself to informal opportunities to network. Twitter has Twitter chats. Various organizations and industries do Twitter chats. So that's very good. Like just those little ways that you can find out, again, what's going on in your industry. Or if you're interested in going into a particular industry, finding out what's going on. Like what's the new thing? What's the it thing? What's the faux pas? Like, because sometimes as you're networking with people and you're learning, some people don't like emails. Some people are text me. Some people are email me. So that helps you figure out in the industry that you're in or the industry you're trying to go to, what do I need to do? How do I get in touch with people? How do I climb the ladder? Right? So open up yourself to informal ways of networking. Sorry about that. Um, so I would just say, just be mindful of that, like different places, like you're going to the mechanic. You don't know who else sorry about that. So you just want to be mindful of that. So open up yourself to informal ways of networking. You know, if you go to Starbucks every day and you see the same 10, 20 people, you know, one day talk to somebody. So, because you just never know. And so that's the thing about networking. You just never know who you might meet and where you might meet them. Because I've met my mentor by just going to an event and offering to help, just offering my services. That's another way too of like volunteer for a lot of different events. If the funds are low and the debts are high, you can volunteer for a few of these, you know, more formal events. So that way you have an opportunity to network with people. And the third thing about networking is that you might want to join a professional organization or at least create a group of like-minded individuals so that way you can do what you need to do. You really can't do a lot of this stuff alone, right? So it's important that you say to yourself, all right, I need help with this, right? We're not an island. Like and I think it's a cultural thing with Haitian people. It's just like we try to separate ourselves and we just want to do it all on our own, and you just can't. So either one, join a professional organization. So and I will say about the professional organization, sometimes it doesn't necessarily need to be the professional organization of the industry that you're in. Because sometimes that gets a little mundane, like, oh my God, if I hear one more thing about social media, I'm going to lose my mind. But you know, you should stay abreast of your industry, but you might want to join something else where you can get some inspiration, some zhuzh. So if something else you like to do is crochet, go join a crochet club. And that might help you with the other business that you do. So you want to be part of a professional organization. Myself, I'm a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I hold positions on various levels. So, and I do the work that I do in my real world for my sorority. So that kind of keeps my skills sharp. I belong to a few public relations societies. The Urban League of my area, I belong to them as well. So joining a professional organization is that supplemental education that you may not have gotten. And so that's kind of the point I want to get across about networking is that it's just supplemental education. It's that thing that will help you learn and grow about, I didn't realize I could do this. I can learn more about that. Oh, I didn't even know that supermarkets had a digital marketing department. So it just helps you learn about what's going in your industry, and it helps you grow professionally. And oftentimes it'll help you grow personally because it'll help you fine tune your passion. Like you'll see someone and like, oh my God, I want to be like them. Like they are at the top of their game. How do I become like them? So that's the thing. You want to join a professional organization. I know some people are kind of not against, but it's like, should I join just like an all black organization? Black young professionals of this, young black women of that, young black men of this. And I will just say, use your personal discretion. What will make you more comfortable, right? So if this is going to be your first time joining a professional organization, do you want something that's more diverse? Or do you just want something that's more cookie cutter? And it doesn't matter how you want it to be. Like if you just want it to be women, you're still going to get the diversity because all women are not the same. But do you want to go something that says for multicultural women, for, women over 40, that sort of thing. So you just want to think to yourself, the professional organization that I want to join, what do I want it to be about? And what am I going to be able to give to it? Because that's the thing. You have to give to the organization as well. Hello, dressed by Muya. So that's the thing. You have to think to yourself, joining an organization is a lot of work, especially if you're going to give your money to volunteer. So think to yourself, I'm going to join one professional organization and I'm going to commit 6 months to volunteering. And that's another thing. You join these organizations, it helps fine tune your skills. It's all about the supplemental education. So join a professional organization, find one. Some of them are relatively cheap to join. Now, when it comes to Greek letter organizations, those special invitation organizations, good luck. Good luck. But there are a number of organizations out there. There's NAMIC. It's the National Association for Multiculturals and Communications. There's the Public Relations Society of America, because I'm assuming all of us are creatives. But if you're in marketing, you can look up, literally just Google marketing associations in my area, creative associations in my area. And if there's not a good one that you can find, gather up some friends, pick a day out the week, pick a day out the month, get together and talk about what is going on at work and in your life. And you may just want to talk about work, because the thing is, how companies keep us bound, how we're unhappy in our lives, is that we don't talk to our friends about the work that we do, right? We don't tell people how much money we make. We don't tell people our boss is yelling at us. We don't we don't say a lot of these things, right? So if you can't find a professional organization, and even if you do, that will offer you the opportunity to talk to other people in your industry and see if everyone's having a similar issue. Because I think the latest stat is that African American women, Black women, are the leading entrepreneurs in America right now. Because Black women are tired of not being treated well at work. So they're creating their own businesses. So that's something, if you join a professional network, you'll learn, and you're like, oh my goodness, I too am being harassed by my boss. Well, girl, this is a lawyer that I use. This is what I did. So you want to open up yourself to these professional organizations, or just getting you and a group of friends together and talking about work. You need to be able to decompress and realize that you are not crazy. That's, you're not nuts. That this thing that you think is going on at work is really going on. And you can learn the proper way to deal with things. Because once again, if we're talking culturally for Haitian people, our parents didn't really teach us some of these things, how to go to HR properly, document everything, keep an email. Even if you had a verbal conversation with someone, you email them and tell them, thank you for speaking to me about 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I will do it next time. So that's what, you need that professional development, and you need that camaraderie, right? Because if you just go to work and you come home, you in your bubble and you don't know what's going on in that outside world. And that's not good. Oh, you're very welcome, Jasmine. I hope this is helpful. Tell someone to follow me, hire me for something. So that is important. So to recap, the networking part of it is, one, you do want to go to some formal networking events. Go to things that are designated for you to network at. Panels, galas, your work town hall meeting, things like that. An organization in your area is having something. Go. Ale. Stop listening to your parent. Oh, I'll flun it. Yes, you go. You need to flun it. It's not a bad thing. You need to be outside, because no one's going to come to your house and teach you these things. So go do that. And then when you go to these formal networking things, pick a goal. I'm going to meet 3 people. I'm going to meet 5 people. I'm going to get their business cards. I'm going to give them my business card. I'm going to follow up with them. I'm going to email them a day later. If I see an article they might like, I'll send it to them. And you want to be a resource to them, right? So do that. Number 2, it's the informal networking, right? So open up yourself to happy hours, bars. Your coworkers are just sitting at the lunch table. Go talk to them. You're at the supermarket. You're getting your hair done. There are plenty of opportunities to meet people. And it's just sometimes you might be the resource for them. You might be the thing that they've been looking for. So you open up yourself to be a resource for someone else. You want to talk to different types of people who don't look like you, people who might not speak the same language. You want to open up yourself to doing that as well. And That is important. 2019 goal to network. Yes, we have to network more. We have to be resources for each other, right? Is if you don't talk to anybody, it's going it's not helpful. It's just we just can't keep all this information to ourselves, or even if we don't have the information, it just doesn't allow you to learn. All right? So that's important. Now to we're going to switch gears a little bit because I have to make sure how much time I have. Is about the digital marketing part of it. So digital marketing is essentially like social media marketing. And so if you have a brand, so whether it's your blog that is your brand, and your blog either sells something or you are the brand. So I, Sandra, am a brand. My brand skill set is that I know a good deal about networking, and I help people learn how to network and be good networkers. And I'm a digital marketing. I manage social media platforms. I do email marketing. I create email newsletters and all that good stuff. I can manage a database. And that's what I do. So if you are, whether you are the brand or your blog is the brand, you want to make sure that you have a digital marketing component. Your social media channels, who's updating it, who has information on it. Don't have all of your eggs in one basket. I will tell you that. We just saw recently how Instagram had changed the way that you could see posts, right? So instead of just swiping up and down, you have to swipe to the left or right, like they do in stories. Big uproar, they changed it right then and there. But everyone's still asking for Instagram to bring back their chronological posts. They're not bringing it back because on my side of things, I pay Instagram for posts and sponsored posts. So that's why you see a lot more sponsored posts, because a lot of these organizations and businesses want their brands in front of more eyes. So if they do yes, exactly. They're still messing with the algorithm, right? Because everyone wants chronological posts. I want it when I post it for it to show now. But Instagram doesn't want that. It wants the money. And we know Facebook owns Instagram and all our news feeds are very tailored. So that's something you have to be mindful of. I have a brand. How am I going to get it in front of people? Don't put all your eggs in one basket, because if Instagram goes down, how are you going to get in touch with your clients? How are your potential clients going to get in touch with you? So have that backup. If you have an Instagram, you need a website, because I know there's some people who have Instagrams and that's all they have. They have Instagram and an email address. So that's good. You want an email address. You want something where people can get in touch with you if your social media goes down. Now, email is still a great way to gather all of your troops, all the people that like you, provide updated information, because they have voluntarily given you their email address. You're coming into their inbox. So you want to make sure, as you're building your brand, as you're doing your blog, that you think about the digital world. If they search me on Google, what comes up? Search yourself on Google. See what comes up when people search you. That's very important. No problem, boss lady. So you want to be mindful of that as well. You know, have your Facebook page, have your Instagram, have an email, have a backup, because you want to make sure if something happens, if Facebook is down for an hour, where can people get in touch with you? What's the next step of where they know that they can come and find you, right? So you want to be mindful of that, because you want to have something that you can control. You can't control Instagram. Instagram controls you, right? This is not like Instagram Live. This is not my content. This belongs to Instagram. I mean, they say I own it, but what if they decide what I say is inappropriate and they can take it down, right? So you want to have something that is proprietary yours, that you can have control over, because that's essentially what it is. You want to have control over your content and how people get in touch with you. So if you have your Instagram, have a backup way for people to get in contact with you. And you want to remind them, right? Remind them. If Instagram ever go down, don't forget, you can always email me at blah, 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 blah. Don't forget, if my email is down, you can go to website, blah, blah. You know, you want to have those things and you remind people. So it's not during the time of crisis, that they're trying to figure out where you are is that it's already repetitive in their mind, and they'll know how to get in touch with you. Also, because we are Haitians and we're culture, oh, you want try to at least incorporate some of your culture. You don't have to, but use your culture to your advantage. If you speak and write Creole and your content could benefit from that, let people know. If you are being hired to do something, let people know that I'm multilingual. I can do this commercial for you in English and in Creole. And they're like, oh, never even thought of that. So just be mindful of that as well. Use your like everyone's looking for diversity, and diversity is two parts. It's diversity and inclusion. So to get yourself included, you need to let people know what your skill set are. So if you are a Haitian person who speak, and you know, a lot of Haitians are multilingual, Spanish, French, Creole, English. So if that's you, use it to your advantage. If your content is catered to that. So if you're a videographer and, oh, I can service the Haitian community as well, you just opened yourself to a whole new market of people, because now it's like, oh, this someone, I don't have to force myself to speak in another language. They speak my language already, so I can talk to them. So you want to do that as well. So make sure you use your culture to your advantage. Like, parle Creole. I do it when I can. I do it when it's needed. Because when you have to do surveys and things, and I tell people, I'm a first generation Haitian American. I was like, oh, I didn't even know you're Asian. Yes, I am. And so, and of course I won't say, oh, say something in Creole. Okay, I can do this. And then next time, if they need something or they're trying to learn something, they might come to you, right? Because of course, sometimes people, they don't know the difference between Haitian, Jamaican, Guyanese. Oh, Sandra, are you Jamaican? No, I'm not Jamaican. What did you say? I'm Haitian. Different than that. Oh, okay. And so you might have to do a little bit of education, but that works to your advantage, right? So at work or in your if you run your own business, why not? If you speak another language, why not make your content and the things that you do in that language? Like my Creole, I speak Creole with an American accent. So if I have to, I'll, for January 1st, made a post about soup jumu and why it's important. So you want to use your culture to your advantage, right? It's no longer, there's still going to be people who don't care for us, but yeah. And sometimes when people say something for being Creole, I'm just like, ou pas comprendre ni, pour qui soit mandem, ou pas comprendre. And they're like, oh my God, that's so cute. It's like French? No, it's not French or like French. It's its own language with its own alphabet. And it's phonetic. How it sounds is typically how you write it out. Oh, Haitian dreads? Your parents let you get dreads? Haitian kounya, mes amis. Hey, not many. Dreads? Hey, mon cher. But it's the truth. Like, if you speak Creole, talk Creole. Don't be, and that's like I said, that cultural thing, depending on how assimilated your parents are, some of them may have told you, you don't need to speak Creole around these people. You don't do it. And like me, who grew up in a more, I would say, traditional-ish Haitian household, because, I'm still Americanized, but yes, break the cycle. You want to break that cycle. Like, listen, I speak Creole. I'm allowed to speak another language. Like, you can do it. It's the same for Spanish speaking. If you speak Spanish, if you speak French, use that cultural ability that you have in your digital marketing. If you're making your media kit, if you're doing your EPK, if you're doing, just regular blog posts or Instagram TV, YouTubes, speak another language and test it out, right? Because it may not work for you, but you can see, right? And that's true, because if you don't teach your child about the culture, they are unable to appreciate it, right? Now, when I grow up, I can decide if I don't like it or not. I'm based in New Jersey. I think a few people here are Miami and Florida based, but I'm based in New Jersey. You know, I do these things virtually. If you need to hire a digital marketing consultant, if you need some help with networking, you know, if you go to my Facebook page, you can book an appointment. Just go right there, book an appointment, set a time for either service that I provide. And then my Instagram is right there in the pin. So underscore Sandra Says, and you can send me a message as well. But to the point of our parents handicapping us by not teaching us Creole, I speak Creole. Hey, Boston, Massachusetts. So I speak Creole very well. And even when I go to Haiti, they'll still try to shade me because I speak Creole with American accent, but I speak it and you understand me, right? Si m pale Creole ava, wap di, oh, aba Sandra pale bon Creole? Oh, mba kwe ti moun ti fet nan Amerika kon pale Creole. Oh, look, okay, don't compare me with who else you see. I'm speaking to you, you speak to me. But then, of course, Haitien, yo komanse pale bien vite pou mba katande yo. I'm like, repete sa anko pou mba katando pi bien. Pale pou mba katando. Right? So, why not teach your kid about the culture? If they don't like it when they grow up, that's fine. But at least teach them. Learn something. But I think it's because our parents came to a country where the minute your parent came, they changed their name. Right? What does this say? Why you got 3 last names? No, that's a cultural component. They don't have 3 last names. They have hyphenated last names. Right. I know some Spanish people who don't speak Spanish as well. Yeah, like their parents just didn't teach them Spanish because they come to this country. And the thing is that, not to start anything, but Puerto Ricans are Americans. Like, I don't know why people act like they're not. So people are so scared to speak the language that even though they're Americans, they're scared for their child or for them to speak Spanish because they don't want to, like they don't want them to be made fun of. They don't want them to be ostracized. And isn't that crazy? That's why networking is important. If you don't speak Creole, I speak Creole, let's get together. We're going to have some practice, okay? Ma fò essayer avem. Okay? On parle Creole ensemble. Même si tout moun ap gade nou ap parle Creole, pa fè yo kite nou pe. Parle Creole. Like, I don't, like, sometimes I think it's because Creole is such a loud language, right? I think it's literally because when our parents came here, they changed their name. Like mama name got changed so many times because they was like, we're not spelling this. How many last names you got? There's a hyphen. Yes, there are some people who are ashamed of their culture. But see, the thing is that they weren't ashamed of their culture where they're originally from. Like Haitians in Haiti, they love it. Not all, but not to generalize. But if you're Spanish and you live in Puerto Rico, you live in Dominican Republic, you're proud. But if you go somewhere else and that place that you go makes you feel bad or make you feel inferior, because that's what it is. They make you feel inferior about this language that you speak and that you can't learn their language as fast. Do you know how hard it is to learn English? There, and there. Your. Themselves. I told you, I speak Creole with an American accent and people act like I speak Chinese, but you understand me. You understand me though. So what's the problem? American accent, Spanish accent, it's fine. But I think that's why I say when it comes to the digital part of it, if we make the languages that we speak, we open it up to more people. We open it up to our culture. You can learn Creole anytime. if that's something that's important to you, right? Because if we don't put it out there that Creole is a language, it's not a dialect, it's not broken French, it's not, you know, we help propel the right version of ourselves. And if you tell people, yes, I'm bilingual. Yes, Haitians are very, hi, Stephanie. Haitians are more class, right? So I figure, because I'm no expert in this, but I figure by the time the lower class Haitians got to America, they were, of course, probably thinking the same way. Like, Creole is a lower class language in Haiti. So if I come to America and I'm speaking Creole, it's going to be looked at lower class here. And it doesn't help that they was coming to a country where they was already black. They didn't speak the language. It's just piling on different stuff. So that's why it's important, right? My Haitian people, and even if you're not Haitian, maybe you're from down south, because they do it too. They do it to a lot of people. If you speak another language, incorporate that if you can. Now, some things you may not be able to incorporate it in, but maybe you can help people understand why it's important, right? So if you speak another language, if you know, even if you understand it, you may not write it, incorporate that into your digital marketing plan. Add some of that into it, because that just opens you up into a whole nother field and demographic. Because if you notice not a lot, but a few of the Instagram bloggers, the influencers, a lot of them now are starting to do their content in multiple languages. Like, they'll write the captions in 2 languages. They'll do their YouTube videos in new languages. So, no, see, you notice the trend. So that's where the networking comes in, right? You notice what's happening. So if that's the trend, if diversity and inclusion is where we're headed, like, let people know, include me in this. I speak another language. I can help you with this. Include that in your digital marketing plan. Include that into what you're doing, right? And then the other thing when it comes to digital marketing is your consistency. You can't start the blog and don't update the blog. You can't start the email newsletter and only email people every 6 months, unless that, people need to be reminded of who you are, what you do, where you're from, why they need to care. So you need to be consistent. So you need if you're going to email, my suggestion, depending on the type of content, and this is without giving you a consultation, is at least try for once a week or twice a month, depending on what you're selling. Like, Fashion Nova emails me every day for something, but that may not work for me. Like, if you get an email me from every day talking about digital marketing, because you're going to be like, okay, Sandra, what is it now? And it might turn you off. So pick a schedule of how you want to update your customers, your followers, your likes, right? And so the digital marketing plan goes in. So you have an email and you have social media, or if you have a website, they all should flow seamlessly. So if you send out the email at 7 in the morning, you want to make sure social media by like 9 o'clock has some of that information that you posted in the email. So that way they're like, oh, I saw the email. Let me go to her Facebook. Let me see what I can see. Oh, that's nice. Oh, let me go to Instagram, right? So you want to make sure that you're just dropping those little things so that people can follow you along. Yes, because there's so much thing going on, so many things going on. People are scrolling, algorithms are changing. So you want to update consistently. And I'm not saying to be overbearing, but just see. 1 week, try emailing. You don't want to lose too many people, but you want to find a nice pace to getting people to know what you're doing. Because if you don't have that consistency, how are people going to know that they can come for you? Especially like you're saying, you sell something. So if you're not updating your stuff, I'm just like, okay, she's still selling stuff. Well, what if I order something? Maybe she's never going to give it to me on time. And speaking of Fashion Nova, because they're on my mind, during their Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. Fashion Nova is always on Instagram. You see them all the time. They were communicating with everybody like, listen, we know the orders are backed up. Send it. They posting 30% off specials. We know it's backed up, but they're letting people know that they see their messages. They're letting people know, oh, we see your message. We're working hard on it. I didn't get my stuff till almost, Fashion Nova took forever. And then what did they do? They sent me another email. Sorry for making you wait so long. Buy some more stuff. Here's another discount. I'm not buying. How many times I'm going to wait? So that's the thing. Like, they were consistent with their messaging. We know there's a problem. We know there's an issue, but we're still having a sale. We're going to get it to you soon. Check your email. Make sure you're checking your spam. Exactly. Communicate. Like, what do people come to you for? So if you come to Boss Lady for her spices and then you see it's been 3 weeks, she didn't update her spices, you're going to be like, what's going on? She's on break. She's on hiatus. And if you are going to go on break, you want to make sure that you let people know. So I think my time is almost up. Wait, 2 minutes till 7:30. Okay. So you do want to make sure that you offer yourself as a person that is not always available, but at least the illusion that you're always available, that you're updating, that you're doing something. Because if people are searching for you online and they see outdated content, outdated stuff, it's like you're not reliable. Like if you go to someone's website and it says 1992 or 2017, you're like, you didn't update this in 2017. I don't want to buy nothing from you. So you want to be mindful of that. Okay, so let's be consistent. Let's use our multi-language to our benefit. Okay, and let's just not be afraid to let people know that we're Haitian. We're Haitian, we're proud, and whatever negative stereotype that you have, I'm not going to let you put that on me. Right, so don't let people put that. And even if it's the nice one, oh, Haitians are hard workers. I want my money. I don't work for free. That's my last thing I will leave y'all with. Digital work, like, it's a lot of work to do this digital marketing thing, but don't let people work you so hard because they know the stereotype of Haitians as hard workers. I want my money. Okay. Yes, Stephanie, update your website. Come, Miss Zumba instructor. Update, because it's the truth. Like, if I'm looking for you and your Zumba website is from 2016, I'm like, okay, well, you don't know the latest Zumba steps. I do want my money because I work for myself a lot of the time. So I do consulting. Oh my God, Haitian people are just such hard workers. Yeah, I want my money. Mbap travay di pou moun. Mba nan travay red. Mba nan bouike. Bam l'argent, s'il vous plaît. Up front. En avance, please. So I'll leave you guys with that. Like, just really think about what it is that you want out of your business and allow yourself to be very consistent. Update what you need to update and let people know that you're Haitian and you're proud and you can provide them with the service. Yes, update your YouTube channel. Come. Yes, you work hard for the money, but don't work smarter, not hard. You will work hard sometimes, but if you can work smart in certain areas to lessen the workload, do it. Look at y'all. Update the YouTube, update the Facebook page, update the website, go check your email, work smarter, So what I'm going to do now, you have my, Sandra says, I'm going to put my email address for you guys. So that way you can just take it, screenshot it. Because it's 2019 and we just have to be a little bit more strategic of what we're doing and not be afraid to be all of the things that we want to be. Oh, thank you so much. This is like my first time taking over someone's Instagram. So I was just like, let me not mess it up. But definitely email me for either service. So if you're looking for someone to help you and guide you with networking, like if you're an introvert or you want to know how to find places to go and network, I do that. And, I do the coaching and helping you figure out getting over your nerves, places to get your business cards. And then I do the digital marketing. I have a company. I'm saying for you, like if you have a company, a business, and you need someone to come and help you with your social media, you want to do an email newsletter, you want a blog, I can help you figure out how to do that. Search engine optimization, making sure you understand the data that Facebook and Instagram is giving you, right? You want to make sure you're just doing that as well. So thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you all. And follow me on Instagram, _Sandra Says. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.